Chaos hit the gold medal match. Alexandra Eala challenged bizarre line calls at the SEA Games final, stayed composed through controversy, and still cruised to a
Sobrang di ko pa mapaniwala. Maraming salamat sa suporta. Sana patuloy yung suporta niyo sa
Shocking. Referee banned after stealing Alex Eala's win. Plus historic news. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Champions Tennisitics, your #1 source for the most explosive, unfiltered, and heart-pounding tennis news on the planet. If you think you've seen drama before, strap yourselves in, because what we are about to reveal is going to shake the very foundations of the tennis world. We aren't just talking about a bad call or a heated argument. We are talking about the single most controversial disciplinary action in the history of the sport. We have a massive show for you today. We are diving deep into the scandal that has everyone from Manila to Melbourne screaming for justice. We're talking about the official announcement that has just dropped regarding chair umpire Eala and her unprecedented penalty following a match that will live in infamy. But that is not all. We are also tracking the unstoppable rise of the Filipino sensation, Alex Eala, as she brushes off the controversy and prepares to storm the courts in two of the biggest tournaments of her career. We have exclusive updates on the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open, the massive wildcard upgrade at the Abu Dhabi Open, and the incredible supporting cast of Filipino warriors joining her on the main stage. You do not want to miss a single second of this report. So, before we get started, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you're always the first to know when the tennis world explodes. Now, let's get into the madness. Let's not beat around the bush. We need to talk about the headline that is absolutely dominating the news cycle right now. In an official announcement that has sent shockwaves through the WTA and ITF offices, referee Eala, a veteran official who has sat in the chair for some of the biggest matches in the world, has received what is being called the harshest penalty in tennis history. You heard that right. This isn't a slap on the wrist. This isn't a fine. This is the nuclear option. According to the official statement released just hours ago, Eala has been sanctioned following a series of professional misconducts and controversies directly related to her officiating during the high-stakes match between the Philippines' pride, Alexandra Eala, and the American powerhouse Alicia Parks. The investigation concluded that Eala was responsible for blatantly stealing a scoring opportunity from Alex Eala, an error so egregious, so undeniable, that it fundamentally altered the momentum of the contest. For those of you who watched that match, you know exactly what we are talking about. The tension was palpable. Eala, ranked a career-high WTA number 49, was fighting tooth and nail. She was in the zone. But then, the controversy struck. While we have seen bad calls before, the official ruling suggests this went beyond simple human error. The phrase, stealing a scoring opportunity, implies a level of negligence, or perhaps bias, that the governing bodies simply could not ignore. This decision to penalize Eala is historic. Never before have we seen a chair umpire of her stature face such severe disciplinary action for a match play situation. It validates what thousands of fans were screaming in the stadiums and millions were typing on social media. Alex Eala was robbed. And while the result of the match stands, this penalty serves as a vindication for the young Filipina star. It sends a message that the integrity of the sport must come first, and that no official, no matter how experienced, is above the rules. But let's be real for a second. Does this fix the damage? Alex Eala is a fighter. She doesn't make excuses. But when you are clawing your way up the rankings, every point, every game, and every match matters. To have a legitimate scoring opportunity snatched away by the person hired to ensure fair play? That is a bitter pill to swallow. The tennis world is buzzing with rumors that this penalty might lead to a complete overhaul of how officials are evaluated. If a veteran like Eala can fall this hard, nobody is safe. This is a wake-up call, folks. The eyes of the world are watching, and incompetence will no longer be tolerated. Now, if you think this controversy broke Alex Eala's spirit, you clearly don't know Alex Eala. While the suits in the boardrooms were deciding Eala's fate, Alex was doing what she does best, getting back to work. we have to talk about the character of this young woman. Most players, after being involved in a match that controversial, would take a break. They'd go on a media tour to complain. They'd sulk. Not Alex. She packed her bags, left the noise behind, and flew straight home to Manila. And let me tell you, the reception she received was nothing short of a hero's welcome. So, the lineup is taking shape. Alex, Eala, Tini Mites, Kay and Emina, and Elizabeth Abarque. For Filipinas against the world. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be loud. And it's going to be historic. Eala and Mites, by the way, are fresh off a bronze medal win at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand last December. They have chemistry, they have momentum, and they have the pride of a nation on their shoulders. The draw ceremony is happening this Saturday, the same day the qualifiers kick off. By the time you are watching this, we might already know who they are facing. But one thing is for sure, no one wants to draw Alex Eala in the first round in Manila. That crowd is going to be deafening. But wait, there is more. If you thought the Philippine Women's Open was the only big news for Alex Eala, think again. We have just received confirmation of a massive development regarding her schedule for February. Alex Eala is officially going to the WTA 500 Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open. Now, here's the juicy part. Originally, Alex was awarded a wild card into the qualifying draw. That's standard for a player ranked around 49 in a stacked WTA 500 event. But, clearly, the tournament organizers have been paying attention. They've seen her rise. They've seen the Eala effect on ticket sales and social media engagement. And perhaps, just perhaps, they saw the injustice of the unfiltered scandal and decided to give the kid a break. The tournament has officially announced that Alex Eala has been upgraded. She is no longer in the qualifiers. She is the first wildcard into the main draw. This is huge, folks. Skipping the qualifiers in a WTA 500 is a game changer. It saves energy. It guarantees ranking points. And it puts her straight into the spotlight against the best players in the world. And when I say the best, I mean the absolute elite. Let's look at the field she's stepping into. We are talking about the defending champion and 2020 Tokyo Olympics gold medalist, Belinda Bencic. We are talking about the ice-cold ace machine, WTA number 5 Elena Rybakina. We are talking about former world number 2, the powerhouse Paula Badosa. This isn't the minor leagues anymore. This is the big time. The Abu Dhabi Open is scheduled from January 31st to February 7th. That means Alex has a brutal schedule. She plays the Philippine Women's Open until January 31st, and then immediately jets off to Abu Dhabi. It's a tight turnaround. It's a test of her fitness, her mental toughness, and her logistics team. But look at who else is in the draw. Some of Eala's former opponents and contemporaries are there. Yelena Ostapenko, the heavy hitter who can blast anyone off the court on her day. Victoria Mboko and Clara Towson, rising stars who Alex knows well from the junior circuit. And let's not forget another fan favorite, the Canadian-Filipina superstar Leylah Fernandez. Can you imagine a potential matchup between Alex Eala and Leylah Fernandez in Abu Dhabi? The internet would break. Filipino fans around the world would lose their minds. Two players with Filipino heritage, both lefties, both fierce competitors, battling it out on a hard court in the Middle East. It's the dream match we have all been waiting for. Let's take a step back and look at what this all means. We are witnessing the golden age of Philippine tennis, and it is being single-handedly driven by this 20-year-old phenom. Think about the pressure she is under. She just turned 20. She's carrying the hopes of 110 million people. Every loss is scrutinized. Every win is celebrated like a national holiday. And now, she has to deal with political drama like the unfiltered scandal. But look at how she handles it. She doesn't crack. She gets back on the court. The fact that she is playing back-to-back tournaments, a home event to give back to her fans, followed immediately by a high-stakes WTA 500, shows her ambition. She isn't satisfied with being top 50. She wants top 20. She wants top 10. The upgraded wildcard for Abu Dhabi is a sign of respect. The international tennis community recognizes that Alex Eala is a star. She puts butts in seats. She brings engagement. But more importantly, she has the game to back it up. We saw flashes of it in Miami last year. We saw it in her Grand Slam debut. And now, armed with a sense of justice after the referee penalty and fueled by the love of her home crowd, she is dangerous. I want to circle back to the Eala Turut news for a moment because I don't think people realize how significant this is. In the world of tennis officiating, there is a code of silence. Umpires rarely get called out publicly. Penalties are usually handled behind closed doors. For the governing body to come out and announce a harshest penalty in history for stealing a scoring opportunity is a paradigm shift. It suggests that they have video evidence, audio evidence, and perhaps an admission of guilt that proves this wasn't an accident. Was it a personal vendetta? Was it a momentary lapse of sanity? We may never know the full details of why Turut did what she did, but the consequence is clear. This vindicates Eala's team. I'm sure there were heated discussions behind the scenes. I'm sure letters were written. And for once, the little guy won. The player won. This victory off the court is just as important as any victory on it. It clears Alex's conscience. She knows she was right. She knows she didn't lose that opportunity because of her own failure, but because of an external force that has now been removed. That kind of mental clarity is dangerous for her opponents. She's playing with a clean slate. So, here is your viewer's guide for the next 2 weeks. It is going to be nonstop action. January 26th to January 31st, the Philippine Women's Open, WTA 125, at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center in Manila. The key players to watch include Eala, Tennisitics, Kay and Emina, Elizabeth Abarque, and international stars like Tatiana Maria and Wang Xinyu. The storyline? Can Eala become the first Filipina to win a WTA title on home soil? Will one of the other local wildcards pull off a Cinderella run? The atmosphere will be like a Davis Cup tie every single day. Expect drums, screaming fans, and a lot of emotion. Then from January 31st to February 7th, the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, WTA 500, in Abu Dhabi, UAE. The star-studded field includes Elena Rybakina, Belinda Bencic, Paula Badosa, Leylah Fernandez, Yelena Ostapenko, and of course, Eala. The storyline here? How will Alex handle the quick transition from Manila to Abu Dhabi? Who will she draw in the first round? With the wildcard upgrade, she avoids the fatigue of qualifiers, but she jumps straight into the Shark Tank. A win here against a top seed would propel her ranking even higher, potentially cracking the top 40. Keep your eyes peeled for a potential Eala versus Fernandez clash in Abu Dhabi, or an Eala versus Mighty's clash in Manila. These international battles are always spicy. Let's talk a bit more about Tennisitics, because she is not just a participant, she is a prospect. Growing up in the shadow of the Eala phenomenon, Mighty's has quietly been carving her own path. Known for her gritty baseline game and incredible footwork, she's a clay court specialist who has adapted her game for the hard courts. Her recent bronze medal performance at the SEA Games showed her mental maturity. Being given a wild card here is a validation of her hard work in the ITF trenches. Watch out for her forehand. It's deceptively heavy. The UAP MVP, Kay and Emina, brings a different kind of edge. For our international viewers, the UAP is the premier collegiate athletic association in the Philippines. Dominating that league requires a different kind of toughness. You're playing for your school pride, with drums beating and students screaming. Emina is used to the noise. She thrives in chaotic atmospheres. That's why she is a dark horse in this tournament. She isn't afraid of the moment. Upgrading her to the main draw was a genius move by the organizers because she brings that collegiate fan base with her. We mentioned her earlier, but the significance of Leylah Fernandez in the Abu Dhabi draw cannot be overstated. The 2021 U.S. Open finalist has a massive following in the Philippines due to her heritage. Her game, taking the ball early, redirecting pace, that fearless lefty creativity, mirrors Eala's in some ways, but with more tour experience. If they meet, it will be a tactical masterclass. It will be the battle of the lefties, and it will be must-watch television. A quick history lesson for our viewers. The Rizal Memorial Sports Complex is historic. It has hosted the Beatles, major sporting events, and now, finally, the WTA. The courts have been resurfaced specifically for this event. The speed of the court is reported to be medium-slow, which actually favors players like Eala and Mighty's who like to construct points rather than just serve botting. The humidity in Manila will also be a factor. European players coming from the winter season might struggle with the tropical heat, giving the local girls a significant physical advantage. We are living in a special time for tennis in Southeast Asia. For years, The region was a bit of a quiet zone on the main tour. But with players like Eala leading the charge, the world is taking notice. The tournaments are coming, the sponsors are coming, and the wins are coming. The Eala scandal will be a footnote in history, a dark moment that ultimately led to a cleaner, fairer sport. But the rise of Eala? That is the headline. That is the story that will be told for generations. She has the game. She has the grit. She has the crowd. And now, she is justice. I want to hear from you, Champions Tennisitics family. What do you make of the penalty handed to Eala? Was it too harsh, or was it long overdue? And what are your predictions for Eala in Manila and Abu Dhabi? Will she lift the trophy at home? Can she take down Rybakina or Binsik in the UAE? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I read every single one of them. If you are going to the Rizal Memorial to watch the matches, let us know. We want to see your photos and videos. This is a pivotal moment. Don't just watch history happen. Be a part of it. Support the players, support the sport, and keep it locked right here. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the biggest news in tennis, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets us bring you more exclusive updates. Subscribe to Champions Tennisitics if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a breaking story. We will be covering every match, every point, and every controversy as Eala takes on the world. Until next time, keep your eye on the ball and your passion for the game alive. This is Champions Tennisitics, signing off.
Kamusta mga kapong Pinoy? Surprise! Excited na akong imbitahin kayong lahat na manood sa mga laban ko sa Mubadala Abu